Assalamualaikum and good morning. This is just a brief introduction video on the course which is SMBB for 713 Genomics and Proteomics. This is a compulsory elective for the Bachelor of Science Biology. Alright, so just a bit of introduction. This is basically on the course information, which is a CI, and also what you may expect from this course versus the reality of what is going to be taught in this course. Alright, so let me just talk a bit, or basically introduce this a bit on the omics. Hopefully some of you, if not all of you, okay, have heard of omics. So what is omics? So it is basically a study of, okay, so a study of what? We have a variety of omics. For example, if you study about genome, so the study is called genomics. If you study about transcriptome, which is on the transcript, it's called transcriptomics. If you study on the proteome, it's called proteomics. Now, is that all? And you may wonder, well, the title of this course is Genomics and Proteomics. What about transcriptomics? Well, I'll talk about it in a while. But okay, let's go to this question. Is that all on the omics? No. You may have heard of some other omics. There are a whole lot more. For example, and don't faint, we have metabolomics, we have metagenomics, peptidomics, pathogenomics, fluxomics, epigenomics, microbiomics, phenomics, regenomics, psychogenomics, and immunogenomics, just to name a few. There are a whole lot more. That's why I say don't faint. Alright, so let's move on to the course information. So this course is going to be taught by two lecturers, which is me, Dr. Laina, and Dr. Abdul Fattah. Because the course is genomics and proteomics, we're going to divide it into two. Okay, the first half is on genomics, which will be taught by Dr. Fattah. The second half, after semester break or starting from week 9, is going to be on proteomics, which is going to be taught by me, and I'm also the course coordinator. Alright, so this is the synopsis. The CI is actually embedded, or basically you could find it. It's available in your e-learning. If you have found the video, you can download the CI. It has more details. What I have here is basically just an excerpt here and there. Alright, so I'm not going to dwell too much on the synopsis. Okay, so basically you're going to be learning about fundamental concepts of genomics and proteomics, learn some of the technologies. Okay, we're going to be doing some tutorials, going to be doing lots of active work, even though online. How are we going to do that? Okay, don't worry, we will do that. We're going to talk about expression. We're going to learn about bioinformatics as well. Hence, you have just learned about bioinformatics, right, from last semester. Do not forget your bioinformatics. You're going to be needing it for this course. Alright, so let me just move on to the CLO versus PLO mapping. So we have 5 course learning outcomes for those of you who have forgotten. I'm sure a lot of you have forgotten. So the first CLO is to describe the principles or the fundamentals and technologies related to genomics and proteomics. Second one, to describe genomics and proteomics sequencing technology. Third one, oops, sorry, I forgot about that, CLO3, to apply diverse bioinformatics tool for analysis of various biological data using computer. CLO4, to analyze biological data, again, using diverse bioinformatics tools. And the last one, okay, is basically on assignment to design a creative video on topics related to either genomics or proteomics, which is understandable for all level. And these are the lesson methods, the teaching method. Right, so well, probably some of you are anxious, okay, but again, probably some of you don't care, but okay, this is our weekly schedule. So like I said early on, the first half of the course is going to be on genomics. So we're going to start off with introduction of genomics, which is going to be handled by Dr. Fattah, and all of this, okay, which have been allocated, okay, week by week. Well, probably there's going to be a bit miss here and there, okay, a bit faster or a bit longer depending on how you could understand it. Along the way, we're going to embed some of the tutorials, as you can see over here. Okay, so your tutorials is going to be embedded during the lecture as well. So this is what or how we're going to do it. Previously, well, we only have just started online class starting from mid of last semester. So when I thought this, I've been teaching this for about, well, since I came back anyway, since 2012. So we do it in the class. Previously, we do it in the computer room. We have two computer rooms, one in level 4 and one in level 5. But because the number of students have been increasing, I have a lot of students nowadays. I think the maximum was 67 2 years ago. So since then, and because we also have decreasing number of functional computers, so that's why we do it in the class, and students have to bring their own laptop. And since a lot of this is going to be online from this semester, so you're going to be using your laptop, so don't use your handphone, okay, for class, especially for tutorials, because as we show you how to do it, how to use some of the tools, those you are familiar with or probably have forgotten whatnot, you need to have your laptop with you along the way and follow us as we go through the tutorials. Okay, now as you may see over here, the tutorials, okay, is included, okay, as 5% from overall assessment. I will go back to the assessment in a while. So the other half of the course, or the other half of the week, is going to be on proteomics, which will be covered by me. So we're going to be covering from the fundamentals to the technologies to the bioinformatics, which hopefully, that's why I said, okay, don't forget what you have learned from last semester. I think taught by Dr. Rosalina and Dr. Jaswani, isn't it? So don't forget about it, because again, okay, another 5% will be taken. So in total, the tutorials will contribute to 10%. And if you want to score, honestly, score during tutorial. Okay, so let me go on, okay, to the, this is the details of the SLT, or student learning time. You can look at it or ponder on it, okay, on the actual CI, which you can download from e-learning. But basically, this is what we have outlined. Since everything is going to be online, you actually have your own pace, okay, on how you can learn. And this is the one that I think everyone is either anxious or concerned about. Alright, so as you can see, we have a few assessments. So we're going to have two online quiz. Okay, one is on genomics, okay, which will contribute 5%. One is on proteomics, which also will contribute 5%. We're going to have two tutorials, like I said, one is on genomics, 5%, one is on proteomics, another 5%. We're going to have two group work, okay, one is on genomics, which will contribute 5%, the other one is on proteomics, which will also contribute 5%. How we are going to do it? We're going to be doing it online regardless. So how? It has been done before, so don't worry. Regardless, you have to work in a group, whether you like the group or not. So we're going to have only one test, and the test is only about 20%, because we have other assessments to help you guys score. Probably you can ask, or you have asked, some of you, your seniors, this is not an easy subject to score. So the last assignment before the final, we have a group assignment. So this is where, okay, you're going to be making a video, kind of like a tutorial, or basically a fundamental video that all walks of life could understand. So this is about 10%. And our final assessment, okay, which will contribute 40%. So in total, we have 100%. So you can calculate it, so it should be 100%. Now, these are some of the resources that we use. The main references usually comes, okay, from the proteomics and bioinformatics, which is on discovering genomics. Basically, this is a very old book, but I still have the book, and I actually quite like it because it's actually very fundamental and at the same time quite detailed. And these are some other resources that you can go through. We actually have, I think we have all of them. This is because this is the latest version. I think they have the earlier version, which is on 2011, 2012, if I'm not wrong, in the library. But because everything has to be online, so probably you may not be able to go to the library to have a look at it. But you can just go search on some of the ebooks if they are free, or some excerpts of it. And there are additional references which will be available online via e-learning. Sometimes I would upload some articles or some journals for you to read regarding on the topics that we're going to be covering on the week. And basically, this is towards the last part of this video. which is on academic honesty and plagiarism. So I think you have read about this throughout your, well, every semester, but I'm not sure whether you guys basically understand it or not. But okay, you need to know, okay, that a lot of the work that you need to do, okay, whether it's tutorials or the group activities, okay, they are either, for example, of your tutorials are individual tasks and not group activities. And well, if it's a group activities, it's not individual tasks, so we expect you to work as a group. So copying of the work, either text, simulation results, etc., and this would cover on the tutorial as well, okay, from other students or groups or from other sources is not allowed. But don't worry, you will not be able to do that because even for the tutorial, each and every one of you have your own sequences to work with, so it's almost impossible for you to copy from one another. Too bad. Alright, so in terms of some of the works, especially when you do your group work, okay, brief quotations are allowed, and then only if indicated as such. So you need to make sure that you do not plagiarize, okay, a lot of the work. I know you guys like to copy and paste, like to search through Mr. Google, but try not to plagiarize because you are also in your fourth year, you're going to be doing your lab work, you're going to be producing your thesis, so you should practice this. Okay? Alright, so that's all I have for you. So have fun learning this course, and we'll start off with Dr. Fatah.